Hey, welcome to code-shayk. In this video, we will deep dive into methods. A method in Java is a collection of instructions that perform a specific task. It declares executable code that can be invoked and can have a fixed number of values as arguments. A method is a way of reducing code duplication. Therefore, a method can be executed multiple times and can provide different results based on the arguments provided. We can declare a method that will execute some statements and return void as public static void and the method name. Public is an access specifier, means that the method will be visible outside of the class. Static would imply that the method is a static method. Void means it would return nothing. In place of void, we can have any data type which we would like to have the method to return. The first line of the method is called the method header. The method name, along with the list of the parameters, is called the method signature. Let's write a code that will print the color based on the rating provided. Red for 1, orange for 2, yellow for 3, green for 4, and blue for 5. Now, if you want to try out for more than one number, we would have to write this chunk of code again. Here is where method jumps in and provides code reusability. We write a method once and call it multiple times. The calling of a method is usually referred to as invoking a method. The method must be declared within a class. It cannot exist outside the boundaries of a class. Declare a method that will take an integer as an input and will return a string value. For now, we shall set the method to public and static. Now we shall copy the code which we want to be executed multiple times. We are taking rating as an input, which is an integer, and based on the value of the rating, we are setting the value of color. And after we have set the color, at the end we are returning the value of the color. So here string is the return data type and the return value should be of string. Now let's invoke the method. Here we are invoking the method color of rating and we are passing the value 5. This method will return a string value. So it would be returning blue. And we are capturing the value in a string variable called color1. Now we shall print the rating of all the colors. Now we can see here the color for all the rating have been printed here. For 0 we can see here it's undefined because the default value of color had been set to undefined. Let's take another example. We write a method in a separate class that will print the reverse of a number. So let's declare a new class. Let's name it numeric operations. Let's take another method that will print the sum of two numbers and it will not return anything. So we'll be keeping the return type as void. Let's keep one as static and one as non-static. So here we are taking two integer values a and b as arguments and we'll be printing the value of a plus b. So here we are not returning anything to the caller, so we are declaring it as void. Note that we have kept one method as static and the other as non-static. Now let's start by invoking these two methods in the main class. Save all, run. We can see here we have called reverse number of class numeric operations 1, 2, 3, 4. So this method will return 4321 and we are capturing it in a variable called reverse number, and finally we are printing the reversed number, that is 4321. Now let's call the second method which we have defined in numeric operations, that is add and print. There is a compilation error. It says it cannot make a static reference to a non-static method. So here in the first case we are easily able to call the method, but for the second case we cannot call a non-static method. The non-static method cannot be invoked from the class, rather it would require an instance of it to invoke it. So we have to create an instance of numeric operations. We have created an object of numeric operations and named it ops1. Now we can call ops1.add and print. We can see here 2 and 1 have been added up and printed. A method that has got the static keyword is known as a static method. A static method belongs to the class area rather than an instance of a class. And instances refer to the objects of the class. We are able to invoke the method add and print as it is now belonging to the instance memory. So we can invoke a static method without creating the object of the class it belongs. That is, reverse number can be accessed without creating the object of the numeric operations. But add and print would require an object of numeric operations to be created. Method with the static keyword is called the static method, and the one without the static keyword is called an instance method. That would be all for methods. Thanks for watching my video and hit the bell icon if you haven't.